Almost 20 years ago, the world was enthralled with the idea of what the World Bank called the East Asia miracle and the possible eclipse of Western economies by China-led Asian economies. I was asked frequently to speak on the subject at several events in the West. I resisted strenuously that characterization that our global future lay with one portion of the globe to the disadvantage of another. Today's commentators still prefer to look at events through the lens of an economic race, this time a clean tech race, much like the Soviet-US arms race, where one side wins and the other side loses. Again, I am resistant to that commonplace, if not jingoistic and self-defeating narrative. If anything, recent events should have demonstrated to us that this is not a scenario which produces good things for the global commons. The International Energy Agency estimates that the world demand for energy will grow by 40% over the next 25 years. As the global recession eases, we are seeing the demand on fossil fuels return to their previous trajectory, destined to outstrip world population growth by a wide margin. Some estimate as much as 2 to 1. I suspect that most of us in this room realize that international cooperation and institutional collaboration must play a central role in delivering a global transition to clean energy. Our challenges are so great around energy and ecosystem health that we simply won't get to where we need to go unless we get there together. And nowhere is a cross-boundary model pursued with as much vigor and success as by the leadership of Jiangsu Province, which has, for instance, established special relationships with US cities such as San Francisco and Philadelphia, as well as special partnerships, as Secretary Luau mentioned, with a host of institutions from medical centers to universities to Silicon Valley. And in addition, I'm proud to say that the leading province in China has had a special relationship with my state, New York, dating from 1958. If the internet gives us anything, it is the validation of collaboration as a model for progress. That is what centers of innovation such as Jiangsu and the US Silicon Valley do. They act as engines of growth and ideas for the rest of us. They export more than just products. They export a way of approaching and looking at our problem. Certainly those of us in venture capital and banking see the enormous buildup of creative and innovative energy on this front. Just as the world needs new ideas on developing and deploying our natural resources, however, it also needs new ideas and increased competencies on developing and deploying our financial resources. And that's where hopefully Barclays Capital comes in. We consider ourselves extremely fortunate in our relationship with Jiangsu Province. I've been privileged to visit that province many times. I love walking in Nanjing in the evening in the summer when the breezes blow through the plane trees. Our relationship in Jiangsu have often focused on capital raising opportunities for lead firms in solar energy, Suntech, Trenner, Hanwha Solar One among them. Because these and other solar companies, as well as the focused leadership in Jiangsu Province on solar energy, we've seen a dramatic reduction in its cost, dropping from about $6 per watt in 2001 to under $1.50 per watt today. Last year alone, the U.S. market for solar products grew by 67% to US dollars 6 billion. But Jiangsu Province is not limited to solar and clean tech industry. Barclays Capital is also advised on the linkage merger with Asian Info, creating the largest telecom software solution company in China. And we have a close relationship with Guangxi Shipbuilding, the largest and leading private sector shipbuilding in China. No sense in inventing products without being able to get them to their destination. 20 years ago, I was worried that China's phenomenal export-led growth would eventually hit an environmental wall. I was also concerned about simply supplying the energy needs of China, which were likely to grow at an unprecedented scale. At the time, we saw the need for over $1 trillion in investment. These concerns were overlooked by many outside commentators, but not by China. Even when climate change was just a blip on the radar, China had begun to calculate that it could not get all the energy it needed for all the growth that it wanted from fossil fuels without seeing enormous spikes in the cost of those fuels and without depleting its own natural resources. The result is that today China's internal market for clean tech may reach $1 trillion by 2013, and Jiangsu Province is one of the principal drivers of this accomplishment.
Good morning, and special good morning to distinguished Party Secretary Mr. Loeb and distinguished guests from Jiangsu Province, New York State, and the business community. It's a great honor for me to participate in the Jiangsu China USA Trade and Business Summit here in New York City, and I'm here on behalf of Emerson's chairman and Chief Executive Officer, David Farr, who is also a member of the Jiangsu Consultative Conference, which I think the next one is upcoming here in September. And unfortunately, he needed to be in Europe and is not here. So for me, it's a real delight to be here. And as some of you know, a number of years ago, Guangdong Province and Jiangsu Province invited Emerson to be economic advisors at the same time. Now, David Farr, being the chairman and CEO, had first choice, and he picked Guangzhou. And I was awarded Guangdong Province. And so I've been in this conference many times for Guangdong Province, but I can tell you that in doing business in China, there is no place better than Guangzhou Province. There's no group that gives more support. There's no group that is more creative. There's no group that is more intelligent about how to do business than the group here. So I'm really delighted to be here. Emerson has had a long-standing relationship with the province, and being headquartered in St. Louis, Missouri, our sister city in Nanjing has afforded us many opportunities over the years. St. Louis became a sister city of Nanjing in 1979, and that's the same year that Emerson entered China to do business in this era. So the relationship goes back for many years and has been a foundation of the success. So we have a great and very warm feeling for the city of Nanjing and the support of the leaders in Nanjing for our growth and success. Now, China has become a very important manufacturing and engineering base and a key market for us. Our company has made significant investments in China over the past 30 years, and today we have more than 40 entities functioning in China, more than 32 manufacturing facilities, more than 19 major engineering centers, and now more than 40,000 employees overall in China. And as a previous speaker indicated, that's just our direct employees. The indirect employees are 3 times more than that. So quite an impact and quite a set of investments. Over the last 5 years, very significant investments in research and development and services. And we found China, and particularly Jiangsu Province, to be particularly good at engineering, particularly good at research and development, particularly good area to invest for the long-term future of our company on a global basis. It's very interesting to participate as China economy continues to evolve from base manufacturing to higher end, higher value add activities. I think it's very important to recognize that expansion in the economy is not going to stop. It's going to accelerate, and it's something that we all should want to participate in. As China now enters its new phase of economic development, the country recently unveiled its latest 12th 5-year plan by focusing on more focus on domestic consumption, improving the infrastructure, and establishing social safety nets. Within that, China seeks to create an environment for more sustainable growth. These social and economic development goals, we believe, create multiple business opportunities for both Chinese and US enterprises. And in the next few years, for example, the demand for energy efficient technology, on the side of generating the energy, but how it is used, also very important in the solutions that go with that. We have seen Jiangsu Province to be one of the most attractive investment destinations in China. And it's not surprising that it has been a focal point for Emerson for so long. Today, we have the heart of our Emerson Process Management business located in Nanjing, a major set of factories there. This year, opening another center, this time for research and development and engineering. We also have in Suzhou the center of our climate technology business, which provides technologies that power air conditioning and refrigeration systems. It's also a major R&D center and soon to be our largest global R&D center for Emerson as we move forward and continue to invest. Also in Nanjing, our embedded computing and power business, which is part of our network power effort, where we design AC and DC, DC to DC power supplies and technologies for computers, telecom, and industrial equipment. And also of significance is it's a center of our Asia Pacific supply chain organization, where we go and buy components and sub-assemblies that feed our factories in China, feed our factories in Asia, feed our factories on a global basis. Now, as the Jiangsu government puts in place policy measures to help its economy and industry and grow into a knowledge-based and high value-added industry, we clearly see tremendous opportunities for a company like ours to continue to invest. And so we're very happy to see the direction of the government and the leadership and what's represented by all of the work being done here today. So I'll close my comments saying that our experience in this province has just been tremendous. It's been tremendous for 30 years, and the benefit is doing nothing but accelerate. So thank you very much for your leadership. Thank you very much for a company like ours being welcome, and we continue to invest and grow and look forward to a very bright future. Thank you very much.